Hey everybody, today I'm going to be looking for the best salsa maker for the best value. I have been chopping up my salsa by hand for so long, it is time for me to upgrade and get one to make it a little faster. So here we go. So the first place I looked was in the food processor aisle or the blenders, and I saw that this one says it does salsa, but it's kind of big and wow, that's a high price. So I am not looking to spend that much. I'm more looking, the $20–$30 range. And this one is a bullet. It's a little bit smaller. It's electronic, and it's 23, so it's in the price range, but it looks kind of small. And there's some other ones here. I thought to try looking at the as seen on TV aisle, the one with all the different gadgets and things, and I thought maybe they'd have something here. And I did find this one for $20, so I threw that in my cart. Here's that magic bullet one, and it's a good price and it's electronic, but it's just too small. I found these ones, they're less expensive, but again, kind of small. This one's a little bigger, 3 cups worth, so I thought that's okay, but again, it's electronic. I kind of want like the one that you have to crank by hand, and I'm not seeing any of those, but this one's 1.5 cups and this one is 3 cups, and the price is good, so maybe. Also, I saw that this one's Cuisinart, $34. It's missing. And then this one here from KitchenAid was even more expensive, $50 altogether. And then I saw this one here. It's a food processor. This one's made by Black & Decker. It's only $26, so it's a good value. It does the 3-in-1, so it has the different options. And it's also 8 cups, so it's fairly large. I went ahead and put this in my cart to compare it to see if there's anything else better, but this might be a good option. Then I found in this other aisle, there's a lot of different options here. This is that chopper one that you push down on. I don't like those because it's just loud and makes a lot of noise. We've tried this one before and it's just not good for all the items. I guess it's only for onions. And then here we go, this is what I was looking for, the one with the crank. So I'm hoping this is gonna work. I definitely threw this in my cart and we'll compare the 3. So it's down to these 3 here. We got the Black & Decker one, which is electronic, and it's bigger, which is nice. And then you have this Prep Solutions, which is the crank style. That's what I was looking for because it's not electric and it's kind of medium. And then this one from the TV, I read into it more. You have to squeeze it with your hand. I don't know if I really trust that. So I'm going with the Prep Solution.
Do you wish to continue?
All right, so I got home, we chose the Prep Solution one. I'm hoping it works. The only one they had that was the hand crank type. And I kind of wanted to stick with the hand crank and not go electric, because from my experience, when you do the electric type, they just pulverize it. So this, I'm hoping, will still keep it to where it's more of that fresh, not necessarily just like a liquid at the end. It says it also has the ability to do the whipping motion, like to whip your eggs or whipped cream and things like that. So you got your instructions. Here's the case, and that's all it is. It's just in here in the bag. And I like that it's a good size like this. It's a pretty good sized tub, because again, when you're making salsa, you do not want to use something that's just that little bullet that's like this big, because you can put one tiny tomato in at a time, and that's all you're gonna get out of it. So this is kind of in between. I know that the Black & Decker one I was looking at was 8 quarts, which would be nice, but it's kind of almost too big. We have enough appliances in our kitchen right now to add another big item. So anyways, we're gonna test this out. The top there, and then you got your blades. They are covered for safety, but once you take them off, looks pretty sharp. It's a double-edged blade. Fits in there like that. Now the whipping blade part is not metal, this is plastic. And I think it's fairly simple. You just, this little guy here connects in, and it's got these grippy things here so that it won't move on you, which I think that's nice. And then this just goes into here. I'm not sure why they have 2 of them. Maybe it's different speeds. I guess if I read the instructions, I would know. But anyway, so it fits right on in, and then, oh, well, you probably want to have it on the ground so that this doesn't come out and choppy. Has on the bottom here, has this little rubberized grippy thing, so that once it's on the table, it won't slip on you, not have any slippage, which is nice because I have other things I've had start moving around when you start putting the pressure on it. So anyways, yeah, this is Prep Solutions, Express Whip, Chop and Whip, and we're gonna make some salsa with it, and I hope it really helps me make my salsa faster. Okay, the first thing I'm going to try is these tomatoes. We grew a ton of cherry tomatoes this year, a little more than I bargained for. For some reason, I thought I planted Roma. Anyway, so they're that's one of the reasons I want to switch, because it's time consuming to cut down each one of these little cherries. So this still makes it a lot easier if you just got to make the one cut and then throw it in for the, break it down more for the salsa. So I just cut those straight in half, and I'm gonna add them in and see where we get with that. So it's nice. There's not much resistance to it. That's what's good. It's very easy to move it. I'm actually fairly impressed. Overall, it's doing pretty good. It chopped them down pretty good. All right, we're gonna try the onion. I got a red onion here, and I just did the slices. Like I cut it sideways, so I just did slices off of it. But that way, if by putting it in here, hopefully I don't have to dice it up, which I usually do. So I'm gonna put 3 slices all at once, and we'll find out what happens. It's fast. I love it. Wow, look at that. It really did go quick. I'm pretty impressed. It diced them pretty well. There's a few like longer pieces, so they're not 100% diced, you know, uniformly. But for how fast that is and for how easy it is, it's very easy to maneuver that crank. So those blades, they're sharp. They do the trick. I'm quite surprised for $15. You can't just hit it out. You're gonna have issues with that. So you probably want some type of a little spatula thing to scoop it out. It has these these ridges on it. I don't know if you can see on the edges there, those ridges. And I think that probably helps it so that it doesn't stick as much, and then it will fly back into the blades. I think those ridges have something to do with it coming back. But see, that wasn't too bad to clean it out. And then obviously you just rinse it in the sink and you're good. Now here we have the jalapenos. I just cut them lengthwise and I hollowed them out, de-seeded them, and then we got them just cut in half basically. I'm gonna throw them in like that and see what happens once we chop them up. Wow, look at that. So there we go. Those are the jalapenos. Oh, I can smell them. But they did a really good job overall. It cuts them almost all the way. There's a couple longer pieces, and I imagine maybe if I just continued to slice, it would even be better. But so far, I'm really liking this. Definitely worth the value for only $15 compared. I've seen them as much as $60 or more dollars for the same thing. Okay, just one last test. We're gonna do the bigger tomato. I have a feeling it's gonna be fine, but let's try it out. Just because all I've done is the cherry tomato so far. But I'm just gonna cut it maybe into, just quickly, just a few smaller slices. I think it just makes it easier on it. Like I said, the skin on the tomatoes is the part that has the problem. Everything else kind of juices up. So if you just make it a little easier on it, it's better, and it's just so much faster than me just do. And also, I guess if you're like a culinary chef, then no big deal. But I'm not, and I love making salsa, and it takes me so much time to make it that I realize it's time to buck up and get one of these. And so far I'm liking it. 15 seconds. So there you go, that's the bigger tomato. It actually did better because the cherries had more skin per juice, if that makes sense. So it actually cut this up even more than the cherries. Yeah, so all right guys, we like it. This is gonna be my new salsa maker, and I only spent $15 on it. I'm impressed.